And we're back with some more Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer commentary. This one's on Estate. What's up, guys? CD Mangaka here. I think I just did the intro and I think I'm doing reruns. Oh no. It's kind of like what House is doing on the air right now. Rerunning. Or relimping, if you will. For those of you who have not seen House, great freaking show. The first couple seasons are really good. Then when I compare them to like latest episodes, not so hot. It's still good though. And now I'm just barely remembering just how long it took for this stinking loading screen to load up. Oh man, I could have cut that out, but I'm too far in the commentary. We're going on. Not really much stuff I can talk about right now. As you can see here, I'm using the FAMAS with the spaz, and I changed this FAMAS with the foregrip. The FAMAS with the M1014 on the class setup. And I think on a map like Estate, I was going to use the M16, but I jumped into a game of Estate on deathmatch with the M16, and I could not shoot for shit. I think the M16 is more of a gun that's designed for not a stealthy approach. Like, you know, you need like a red dot sight or a holographic for it to really do well, as well as stopping power. Meanwhile, the FAMAS can just really outdo it. So, but I'm going to try to get some more gameplay with the M16. I did have a flawless on Wasteland with the M16, and I did pretty okay. I think it was just, I was a little shaky. It's just going to take me a while before I can kind of really settle into Modern Warfare 2, because I will be a little cold occasionally. Anyways, I know that the enemy team has the house, and so if they have the house, that means they're going to be a bitch to kill. And what I'm trying to think is, like, I got to get some guys to get after me so I can, shake up the defense on the house, because I know that there's some dudes who, kind of like poke in and out of the house. Right here, I see this dude actually crawl up right there, and then I just peg him. So that's one guy who knows my location. I'm just gonna try. Let's talk about concept. Let's talk about, there are different. The maps in Modern Warfare 2 play out differently depending on what kind of map it is. There are maps where there's a focal point, a center point where all the action is. Where if you don't have the center point, your team's most likely gonna lose because it's, as a team, it is very easy to defend. It gives you plenty of cover from air support, and I mean, it gives you a pretty good view of the map, and it gives you the environmental advantage. These maps. There's only two maps, at least I think, that I can think of right now, and that is Derail and Estate. Derail, there's the center building in the map, with like the office building, I don't know what you call it, and then there's Estate with the cabin or mansion, whatever you want to call it. And if the enemy has it, it's very hard to kill them because, as you can see, we're losing by a couple kills. You can infiltrate it, but I mean, it's very hard to weed everybody out of it. And so, kind of what you need to do is, instead of kind of approaching that, it's just to one, you kind of have to have a strong enough presence where you can kind of almost decenter them. And right now, I think what's going on is that I'm not attracting guys to my location because very few people know where I'm at. I think it's more like that these guys are just trying to, they're spawn shuffling up and they kind of see me or hear me or whatnot, and I'm just kind of taking them over. But I mean, I've had two games where Derail and on Estate and Derail where the center of the fight totally shifted. On Estate, I mean, I had like the whole team coming after me in that garage building, and I mean, I just displaced the entire match. And then Derail, we didn't have the fight over the center building, but there was a heavy amount of action going on in the warehouse in the back by the Spetsnaz spawn, which is really kind of cool to have. And I did pretty well in that match. I didn't record that, unfortunately, though, so that kind of pissed me off. I think my recorder failed or something. Anyway, so now I'm imagining that they're going to be coming up out into that building because there are a couple guys who know where I'm at and they will be trying to kill me a bit. And I'm just kind of staying on the outside. I'm kind of trying to position myself in a place where I can overlook the enemy spawn and get first dibs because on Estate, on a map like Estate, I should say, it's very easy to do. If you can figure out an enemy spawn and then position yourself in an area where there's some decent cover and you can kind of see the routes coming out of that spawn, it is a very good, strong place to be. And it'll get you kills insanely fast. Like right about here, it seems like they're spawning from C flag, and so in domination, they're spawning from like the C flag, and so now they're kind of swarming this area right here. I get lucky with this guy. Okay, having so I'm gonna post it right about there, and it turns out my intuition was right. They were spawning at C because look at that little bomb right there. I was totally thinking I got a double bombing for whatever reason. I think that was just a different gameplay. So now I'm kind of moving up. I'm trying to kind of get on to a point where I can see where they're spawning at, and then kind of pick them off as they come out, because there are very few routes to run that people will actually run from a spawning area. There's very few that do, because there's all like the really easy, obvious routes, and then there's like the more whacked out routes, I'll say. Ones that are a little more difficult to kind of do, less accessible. I have no idea how I can describe this. And so with that's what I've been trying to do in Modern Warfare 2 as of recently, just post myself up near the enemy spawn, and I can rack up kills. I mean, I had an underpass game where I could have posted it up, but I didn't because, again, wasn't recording. Where I was by the Navy SEAL spawn, and I was just into the building to the right of it, and I was looking out, and they were spawning practically right in front of me. I got a couple kills there. I was able to hold off and get like a Predator missile, nice kill streak and whatnot. So I'm trying to get a little more. I'm just trying to think of where they're spawning and what's a good place to go. Anyways, as you can see, the action is really, really slow. I mean, I haven't even gotten 9 kills, and there's this dude. I kind of get lucky right here as well. I mean, watch. You can see right about there, a part of him actually pokes out of the building, and I'm able to wallbang him. And that made my day, and so right now I'm kind of figuring I'm holding off an air support because I believe that the enemy team has control of the house, and if I throw down my air support right now, they're going to be in the house, it's going to be greatly diminished, and the couple guys who would be outside would probably have cold-blooded and stingers on and that'd just be a waste of kill streaks. So right now my goal is just trying to kill a couple guys who poke their head out of the house, kind of shaking up their defense a little bit, and now, well, let's see, there's this dude right there who I get. I burped again, excuse me. I had Oreos and milk recently, and it's delicious. Right about here, I figure my team's making a pretty good advancement. There's a lot of guys running out, so I'll throw down my Pavlo, and it begins to rack me up a couple kills. Pull up the spaz. We got the scrambler right here. Oh, through the stairs. And then we're going to go down here, and I think I die right about here-ish. There's this dude, and then I kind of missed this guy. I thought he was a teammate for a second. I'm like, oh, wait. So there was a fail on my part, but I'm not too worried, As you can see, for the most part, we forced them out of the house, and so that's very good. And let's see, again, the firefight with this dude, but he sucked, so I was able to barely get him. He should have had me. Now I'm trying to go along to see if I can get to another position outside of the house, because if I can just get to a point where they're spawning and like peg them as they try to go into the house or something, that would be the best thing to do right now. And I think that if you have a player in deathmatch who does that, like, let's a couple guys take over the center point of the map and occupy it so the enemy can't have it, and then just have a couple guys posted around it to kind of block them, that would be like the best way to kind of play maps such as Estate and Derail. We got a UAV on. I'm trying to find these couple guys, but it looks like the house is I have to run on in there though with my M1014. I'm gonna check with a stun grenade. I've recently switched back to those. Not really much of a difference, really. Granted, though, I mean, a flashbang would probably be better, but I mean, I'm just experimenting with my setup a bit. Anyways, we're gonna see this dude here in a minute. I throw down my claymore, thinking, he's probably gonna come up that way. Look out, see him there. Silencer for the win. Try to go after that dude, but he's gonna just run up in there. There goes the claymore, and equals a kill for me. People are that stupid in the state just to run right in the front door. So now we got the house. After a good 8 minutes, we turn it over, but I mean, we basically have this team on the upper. We basically just ringing this team's neck right now. They can't get the kills that they want to. They can't get their kill streaks up and other stuff like that. So now I'm just gonna post up in here. I don't want to run out there. Be stupid. I don't want to do that. It is a stupid idea. Why would you run out of the house? I have no idea what accent that is. Give me a moment to ponder what accent that was. Right here, I think a claymore threw down at the bottom of the stairs went off. I'm trying to wait for this guy to come upstairs, but I'm a no dice. Anyways, I gotta juke this guy out, I think. Yep. He saw me, thought I didn't see him, and then boom. Emergency airdrop on the way. I got nothing to talk about. I'm brain dead. There's just, it's a slow point in the game. Controlling the house, sitting right in the middle of it. Like right now, if I could go out to the lake house and, just like kind of fight them off there, if they weren't spawning there, that would be awesome. I love to play at the lake house. Honestly, I'm on Estate. And free for all is my favorite point. If you guys would probably know that if you've seen my free for all videos. Estate. Run out, get this guy, get my Predator missile. And I think I am don't get a chance to call it in because game ends. I'm like, no, I could have had 20 kills, but whatever. Final score was 19-1. Teammate gets a snazzy chopper gunner right here, and he barely gets that last kill. Looked like he almost died. Who throws that out, chopper gun in the open like that? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed maybe a few of the things I talked about. Oh, excuse me. Made sense. Kind of would help you out a bit. Thank you for watching. See you later.